Hi guys, welcome to this session in Microsoft Word. In this module, I want to show you the difference between AutoCorrect and AutoText and when you should use either one. So first of all, I'm going to start off with AutoText because I think this is a really cool tool. So I need to get some text on the screen just to show you how it works. So I'm going to type equals rand. That will get me some random text if you open and close bracket like that. So now I've got some text. Let's make this a bit smaller. Let's say that this paragraph here, if I just double click in the margin, that will give me that paragraph highlighted. Let's say I want that to be available to me all the time. So I want to be able to drop that paragraph into any paragraph or any other document at any time. To do that, you should add it to your auto text gallery, which I will now do, which is on the Insert tab. And over on the right, it's in the Quick Parts area. You click into there, and then one of the options in Quick Parts is the auto text bit. So if you go there, you can see I've already got a few, but down the bottom here, you've got Save to the gallery. So I'll click on that. You need to give it a name, and it's best to give it a name with more than 4 characters, otherwise you'll have to use the F3 function key to activate it, which you also have to do for diagrams and charts. So if I just call this Steve, I might already have one called Steve, but they'll just overwrite it. Now here where it says general, you've got the option of creating extra galleries. So I'm going to create one. I'm just going to call it finance. You'll see how this works later on. Click OK. You can put a description in there if you want. I want it on the normal template, so I'm just going to click OK to that. So that's in the auto text gallery. Now if I do Control N to get myself a blank document, there's a blank document. To use that, if I type Steve, it comes up with a little tip because it's more than 4 characters. I can just press enter and then it will drop that in any document, not just the document that I saved it in. That is what the auto text feature does. You can also do that for diagrams, images, logos, charts and things like that. So if I just show you that one, so I've just insert a diagram from the Smart Art gallery. I'll pick the hierarchy one, click OK to that. So I'm not going to do anything to this other than have it selected and then repeat the process. Go to the Insert tab, go across to Quick Parts, the Auto Text Gallery, Save Selection, and this time you have this little asterisk symbol. I'm just going to call this org. That's less than 4 characters, but even if I did more than 4 characters, because it's a diagram or an image, an object should I say, you will have to use the F3 function key to get it. So I'm going to leave it in general. I'm clicking OK to that, and it's wanting me to rename that, so I'll just overwrite the previous one because I've already got one in there. So I'll delete that off. I'll type org. I do not get the tip. I'll press F3 on the keyboard and it will drop that in. So with a diagram, you need to know the key command, which in this case is F3. So just get rid of this. Same would be with a picture or a chart. If I bring a chart in, I'll just get the default chart there. As soon as that comes in, you can do the same thing. You go to the Insert tab. In fact, I don't want that, so let's get rid of that. Insert tab, Quick Parts Gallery, Auto Text, Save. I'll call this something different to chart. I'll call it sort of graph or something like that. And this time I'm going to put this one in the finance category and then click OK to that. Press delete, type graph. No tip, even though it's more than 4 characters, still have to press F3 to get that in. So there you go, that's it. Now if I delete all of this off for a minute, when you add auto text entries into different galleries, you can access those galleries from the Forms feature and the Developer tab, which I've actually got on there. Now, if you haven't got the Developer tab, if I right-click on it and go into Customize the ribbon, what you get in here is the ability to tick it on, the developer tab. So you just need to just tick it on. As you see, it's on already there. And once you've done that, that will always be on. So in the building block gallery, you can access your auto text entries from different galleries. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to create a little table just to put this into some sort of structure. I'll just come down like this, like that, and I'll just merge this bottom block to table layout and merge into one thing. So I've merged that. Now I'm going to the developer tab, going to select this option, this one should I say, building block gallery. So it comes in like that. Now what you need to do here, because if I just drop this down, it just shows you the quick parts gallery itself. I'll come off that and go into properties. So quick parts gallery, that's all the quick parts gallery. I want it on the auto text option, and then you can see the categories. Drop that down. I'll go for finance and then click OK. So this is now looking at the finance gallery, and if I drop that down, it'll show me the two items I put into finance. So I can grab that paragraph, and then I can grab that, the chart that I put in there, and I'll delete that one off. Whichever I want, I can just grab it. Like so. So you've got options. If you put multiple things in the auto text galleries, you can then access them through this feature on the developer tab. So that's basically what the auto text feature is. The AutoCorrect feature is something slightly different. So with auto text, I've only dropped in paragraphs and diagrams there, but you could just have it as little phrases as well. But I think things like abbreviations and words or acronyms or mnemonics that you might have in your business should be in auto text, not in AutoCorrect, which a lot of people do. So AutoCorrect would be things like this. If you type, so if I type Brad Fraud, which I quite often do, when I press my spacebar, it automatically corrected that to Bradford. That is not part of Office. I've added that in. If I type a word like select without the first E because you're typing too fast, that has also been added in by myself. Now, there are lots of ones that are pre-loaded, for example, accommodation 1C. So, see what happens here. Just put 1C on that. Now, that has not corrected that. So, if I right click on that, it's wanting 2C's and 2M's. Now, if I keep doing that, I'll just correct that. If I keep doing that, obviously that is an issue. I'm going to be doing typos all the time. So you can add things into the gallery that you know you do yourself. So I definitely do those top two. I do know how to spell Bradford, but I type too fast sometimes, and that's why I put Bradford. And same with that select, I miss out the first E. Now to get into the autocorrect area, you go to the File tab, and you go down to the bottom where it says Options, and then under Proofing, you have the auto text options. In there, I'll click on that, it will load it up. And you can see, first of all, at the top, you've got all these boxes that are ticked. This is going to happen automatically. If you do it like you accidentally have caps lock on, it will correct it. But sadly, most people that don't type fast would see that mistake and backspace it off. But if you carried on, it would actually correct it because of that. This is the list of the autocorrect preloaded list. So, for example, if you type a C with brackets like that, it's going to do a copyright symbol. If I come down a bit, you can get into the words, like so. So if I type accommodation, let's type accommodation with 1C. Now, if it's there, it'll come up. It is actually there. Accommodate is, but accommodation is not. So accommodation is not there. So I've got to correct it. 2C's, 2M's, like that. So I've added the correction. and then you just click on add, and then that becomes part of this. And you can see as you go further down, there's hundreds and hundreds. We're still on the letter A's. There's loads of them. So you could also add abbreviations, like if I type BA, for example, that's short for the benefits agency. So I would type benefits agency on the right there. So if I do BA, it will auto correct it. Let's see what happens though, because there's a few issues with some of this. If I click add, so that's in there, and then OK, and then OK again. So now if I type accommodation again incorrectly, 1C, when you do space, that should correct it, and it has done. Now if I type BA, space, is putting benefits agency in. But what if I don't want it to do benefits agency? If I want just to have a BA, so I type BA, you get this little symbol there, look, which means you can change that back to whatever you want it to be. So stop automatically correcting BA, change back to BA. So I'm going to click on that, and then it goes back to BA. Now that little symbol had a bit of a delay there. It should come up straight away, so it gives you that option. So the auto text option is a really cool feature. It should be for things like BA. I would have that in auto text, because then if I type BA, because it's less than 4 characters, I would have to press the F3 key to get that to say benefits agency. If it's in auto correct like it is now, I have to wait for this little tiny symbol to pop up for me to correct it, and that is a bit of an irritant for me. It is anyhow. So I think autocorrect is more to do with typos like Bradford and select and accommodation, rather than abbreviations like that. It's totally up to you though. I have come across lots of companies where there are a lot of abbreviations in the autocorrect gallery, and they should be in the auto text galleries. That's probably because people don't know about auto text. Anyhow, that's all I want to talk about in this little video. What is the difference between autocorrect and auto text, and when you should use each one? Autocorrect for spelling, I think. Auto text for paragraphs, diagrams, abbreviations, things like that. So hopefully this video has been of use. Thank you for your time, and I will catch you on the next one.